The number one tip I would say to achieving flawless skin would be... Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know you guys are kind of confused right now if you're watching this because today is Wednesday, not Sunday. So as you guys may or may not know, I did mention in my previous video that I uploaded on Sunday that I wanted to try uploading 2 times a week versus 1, just because I feel like now that I've gotten the hang of editing, I feel like I wanted to challenge myself and put out 2 videos for you guys. I will be trying to upload Sundays and Wednesdays now, so I'm up for the challenge. So I hope you guys are ready to enjoy more content. So if you guys want to know the tips and tricks to get flawless skin, please keep on watching. So today's video, I thought I would let you guys in on some tips and tricks on how to get that quote-unquote a flawless skin, because I know everyone gets acne every once in a while. Like, it happens, it's natural. So that's like the number one thing I want you guys to get from this. Acne is normal, and trust me, it took me a very long time to finally accept my skin and be comfortable in it, because trust me, it's been a journey. And I've suffered from bad acne, so I've always been nervous on people seeing my skin naturally with no makeup on. But as I got older, I tried to ignore people and what they thought, and really grew into my skin. So yeah, that's like a whole other video if you guys want to know my acne journey. Comment down below if you guys want me to film that for you, but that's not what this video is about today. So I personally gathered up 5 tips that I found very helpful when it came to achieving that quote-unquote flawless skin. So let's get started. My first tip for you guys would be applying primer. So many people underestimate the power of primer. Personally, for me, I found it very helpful when it came to prepping my skin. I saw a complete difference when I did use it and when I didn't use it. It helps smooth out the skin and also prevents texture, parts and areas on the skin as well, just because I know they have moisturizing primers, mattifying primers. They have literally a primer for suiting any type of skin type. I know they have ones for dry, combo, and oily skin, so there's usually one for anybody, and you'll really see a difference when it comes to adding primer versus when you don't add primer when doing your makeup. So there's that. So my second tip for you guys would be using a small kabuki and either using concealer or foundation. It all comes down to what type of makeup look you're going for. I would probably suggest concealer if you're doing more of a natural look, or do foundation if you want to go for more of a full glam. But anyways, I would apply the foundation or concealer on the mark, blemish, whatever you're trying to cover, and lightly, and when I mean lightly tap and try to blend out each and every mark that you have going on. So it would help give that airbrush finish and hide it perfectly. So these are also good for the dark marks or any I would say any like extractions you have, just because it helps flatten out the surface and evens out the skin tone. So yes, that's that. So number 3, my third tip would be color correcting. It's really similar to the tip for the concealer and the foundation, but with color correcting, was introduced in the very beginning when I first started makeup. You can use either, I know they have a green, purple, orange. They have different colors that help with different problem areas. I used green just because I had a lot of redness going on, and then I upgraded to a Nars concealer. It's like in a little paint pot type of situation. I'll insert the picture right here. But anyways, I did basically the same thing, which is the same thing with both products. That's why I'm just mentioning it here too, because why not? So yeah, I would focus it on the problem area or mark, anything that I wanted to cover, and then just basically, without blending it out, actually, I placed it everywhere and until I covered everything that I wanted it to be not seen anymore. Then I'd go in with my foundation and then just cover up the whole thing, and it will leave my face looking seamless, flawless, like if I was in a CoverGirl magazine. I don't know, that was honestly crazy. But yeah, I did move on to just using the foundation and concealer trick that I mentioned before, just because it saved me some money, just because I know that Nars concealer goes for like $30, and instead of spending an extra $30 on a product that I could probably use for concealer or foundation, might as well just save that money and put it into something else. I feel like that trick could work for anyone who has really pigmented dark marks or anything like that, because I know that works really well to hide those. But if you have a little bit of scarring showing, I think the foundation trick could work as well. So really, you can really pick or choose whichever one you want. They end up working very similar at the end, so you can't go wrong with either one. So I'd recommend either or. And my fourth tip for you guys would be highlight, and you to use as a distraction, because obviously the number one rule when it comes to covering up acne, blemishes, marks, anything of the sorts, is not highlighting on top of it, because you don't want to make it noticeable that you have acne. You want to hide it. So I learned from other YouTube videos to use your highlight to blind people to end up distracting from your acne. And that's what your main focus point would be. So there's that. Like, as you see, I tried my best, but again, I am an oily skin type, so that I would not go to him. If you have oily skin, I would probably just focus on the cheekbones and very slightly on the nose. Like, I did a slight amount on my nose and a little bit on my cupid's bow, but that was pretty much it. I really put this point down to make sure you do not highlight your blemishes, because it will end up magnifying them rather than hiding them, and that's not what you want. My last tip for you guys on achieving flawless skin would probably be just making sure you are gentle and applying your products lightly when it comes to layering on your makeup, just because with the tips that I've mentioned before, it can be destroyed easily with an aggressive whiff of the brush. So you got to make sure you are very careful and very gentle, that you don't go overboard when it comes to either like applying bronzer, blush, so you don't move around the makeup. Yeah. And I do have a bonus tip for you guys. I know I said 5, but I thought that this was literally the foundation of it all. So the number one tip I would say to achieving flawless skin would be to practice good skincare, because it would honestly change the game when you start going ham and focusing on skincare. It will honestly change the makeup application later on. As time goes on, it will help with how you apply makeup. It will apply differently, just because it will have a nice foundation, because starting off with a good foundation, in this case your skin, will end up having a good foundation for everything else that you put on it. If you took anything from this video, it would be to practice good skincare, because you gotta make sure you treat your skin well, because it's the only one you're going to get. Another thing too, I know you guys have I know acne tends to act on a mind of its own. There's bumps everywhere, and I know you really can't hide bumps when with like foundation. It still ends up showing. So I know I've learned this tip from Desi Perkins. So she mentioned to either take, I think it was like a brown pencil shadow, eyebrow powder, or even there's like these even products for this, but to end up doing some beauty marks to put on top of the bump to make it look like a natural beauty mark, just because it gives a more natural look to the face without noticing that you actually have acne. Now that's all I have for you guys. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. I thought that this would be something nice to share for those who want to learn tips to try to strive for the flawless skin look. And please leave any comments down below if you guys tried this, or even if you guys have any tips of your own. I would love to hear them, just because we are all learning here and there's always something to learn with makeup. So feel free to leave any tips, comments down below, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. It will let me know how I did in explaining it and if you liked it, and it will truly help support me in my channel and in my YouTube journey. So please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you like what you see. And now that I'm going to be posting 2 days a week, please make sure you subscribe and press that notification bell so you guys are informed of when these videos will come out, so you don't miss out on the fun. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys. I love you guys and hope you're staying safe and healthy, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.